Right then, I'm going to prepare for this trip. You have all the information you need for while I'm gone, yes?
Yes, Master. I am to reorganize the troops, get them into offensive positions while you are away, and in the meantime, air a new review from our backlog. Yes, Master, I'm aware of our plans.
Good, yes. Keep track of things. So, for now, I'm going to leave, and I'll be coming back as soon as I have my answers.
But Master, why are you leaving?
Well, from what I've been told, I must go visit Canada and see a unique wizard. Something about the sixth color of magic. Anyways, I shall return shortly.
I see. Well, good luck to you, Master.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. It has been some time, but I think it is about time to get back to business as usual, as they say. To this end, I have put up the usual votes for the Patreon, and for some reason, it was actually a majority run on this one, instead of two separate ones that got a majority. So to this, the vote for movie for this particular time has been... And if you don't know what Spinal Tap is, you're in a world of pain. That being said, so what is exactly Spinal Tap and what do I think of it? Spinal Tap is a mockumentary, that is to say, a mock documentary about a rock and roll band that has a continuous bad spree of luck. From everything from getting lost, to props not acting right, to props not being built right, to literally becoming unknowns despite having to put forth their best efforts to try and get noticed yet again. Interspliced with this interesting backstories, both hilarious and serious, even having roots back in the flower power era of the early rock and roll, and the fact that the band is still trying to make it as a pseudo, almost metal-esque type of band in the present day in the 1980s of the film that it was from. And you got an interesting mix already there, but then you got the reactions from music makers of the time, which said that they had witnessed these sort of things happen not only to their bands, but other bands as well, and the confusion already begins at a certain level as to what is real and what isn't within this movie. Add on to the fact that these actors have actually gone on to reprise these roles live on stage as a band called Spinal Tap, and people don't know where the movie begins and where the reality ends. But for the sake of people watching at home, I will break the fourth wall on this one for you. These are actors. As a matter of fact, one of them is a popular voice actor for The Simpsons. And while they do continue to once in a while parade around as Spinal Tap, there's been some issues with that. But as for the movie itself, the movie is perfectly well shot. The documentary style of it is taken very seriously, including the slightly odd ad-libs from the bandmates themselves, and the stressful goings-on behind the scenes.
A group called the Creatures, which was a skiffle group.
I was some lovely lads, and then we looked at each other and said, well, we might as well join up, you know, and...
So we became the originals.
The false movie does allow the actors to actually still sing the songs and play some of these crazy numbers, and their very oddly named musical numbers at that, and to show the crazier, tongue-in-cheek, zany stylings that were the early pop and metal era. As a movie on its own, even simple scenes in the movie are just so deliciously cheesy, so deliciously and scrumptiously comical that you can't even help but to enjoy them even as a small clip on something such as YouTube. But despite this, I still recorded my own higher quality versions to make sure that when you see this review and you get imagery from the movie, it's as high of a quality as I can possibly make it myself. With that on top of it, there are some of the most quotable movie lines in the last 20 years in this film, still to this date. There are still massive fans out there that want more of Spinal Tap, whether it be in a comedical movie sequel, or if it would happen to be that the voice actor / actor group would ever get back together and continue to make more work.
I do not for one think that the problem was that the band was down. I think that the problem may have been that there was a Stonehenge monument on the stage that was in danger of being crushed by a dwarf.
And again, breaking the fourth wall a little bit on this one, there have been some issues going on behind the scenes that have been going on more or less unnoticed of late. The actors, the director, and the music of Universal Studios are all working together right now in a lawsuit to try and get the rights back to this film. They want to get it away from the current small production house that is just sitting on it and slowly re-releasing it every once in a while, so that way they can actually not only use the music, but also allow the actual actors to continue being Spinal Tap in the public eye, and also possibly alleviate the possibilities of making yet another sequel and actually progressing the franchise further, maybe at least one more time before any of the major players are sadly passed on. As most of them, I believe, are still actually alive and still willing to do work. It's just a matter of getting the rights back. With that being said, in the meantime, Spinal Tap is a hilarious movie, worthy of anyone's time, both music lovers as well as movie aficionados, and even just regular fly-by-night movie watchers will enjoy different and yet similar aspects of this film that has made it a joy for anyone who's ever seen it, making this possibly one of the best comedic movies ever made in the last several decades. So, by all means, folks, watch it, enjoy it, and do as I did. I got used in its really good condition. Just got a weird kind of grainy plastic for a cover, but hey, whoever had this previously took good care of it, and thank you for it. So, that's all for now. Go and enjoy yourselves some more Spinal Tap, and I will see you hopefully soon for yet another review. That's all for now. See you all next time.
Very delicate.
It's a bit of a departure from the kind of thing you normally play. What do you call this?
Well, this piece is called Lick My Love Pump.
This is the loudest,
Rock and roll!
most explosive band in heavy metal history. This is Spinal Tap,
There's such a fine line between stupid and clever.
the funniest movie ever made about rock and roll.
He choked on vomit. Well, they can't prove whose vomit it was.
The monumental classic.
There was a Stonehenge monument on the stage that was in danger of being crushed by a dwarf.
The makeup of your audience seems to be young boys.
Oh, it's a sexual thing, really.
We've got, armadillos in our trousers. I mean, it's really quite frightening. No, don't touch
I was just pointing at it.
Well, don't point.
I'm sure I'd feel much worse if I weren't under such heavy sedation.
The cult phenomenon.
The numbers all go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's one louder, isn't it?
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
This is Spinal Tap.
Ah. My eyes? Why have I decided to make a character that doesn't use glasses?